Greetings, world and family. I am Richard, coming to you today, being Tuesday, December the 3rd, for another edition of Viewers Request reading. Now, today we're going to go for a Mr. I think it's a Mr. ACF, because that is an alias name, but it feels masculine. I might be wrong. So, ACF. Okay, you want me to look into Portugal today. So accordingly to your comment, it has a new government, self-proclaimed on the right, but I see the prime very much continuing the politics left by the previous government. Mainly, the country is facing a huge influx of immigrants due to the open border politics that is raising a lot of social unrest and insecurity. The current government pretends to care, but it does not. Will the situation ever improve? Well, ACF. Well, I'm sorry to hear this, what's going on with your homeland, but do know that whatever you are facing, and you know what? You also added at the end something that I want to respond to. You said, I know Portugal is not important in international affairs, but if you could do a reading, greatly appreciated. Well, bullshit. You are just as important as I in Canada or in the United States. You know, so in international affairs, blip, blap, bloop, that whole system is coming undone. This whole BlackRock, Rothschild, all that shit is going down. And what we're going to see, like I keep saying in my videos, ACF, is that whatever happens with the United States will follow through worldwide. That is how I see the red wave, right? And that's how I see it from my higher self. You know, it's really like a tsunami, a red wave sweeping up, cleaning up. As, you know, Trump had said many, many moons ago in his first term, like taking down the swamp. So I feel for you absolutely, because although your borders are being highly infiltrated with immigrants, it's not just in Portugal. We have this in Canada as well. In this, like pretty much everywhere, it's like a collapse of all the governments is what I feel. So again, right, I mean, things need to elevate to such a high crescendo, like that visual I like to use, the volcano. It rumbles, it shakes, it quakes, and then it erupts and comes, right? So everything, everywhere around the world is coming to a crescendo, and I do inner believe that it is to show the true underbelly of all things government. Break down the word government to govern your mind, because ment, I believe it's in Latin, means mind. Governing your mind. You know, like the television, tell a lie by a vision. You know, it's all this thing that goes governments, CIA, FBI, like all those powers that be. This is the crescendo right now. So although it looks really delicate, your situation, as I don't know if you follow all news, but if you'd look into Canadian politics, it doesn't look really good what's going on for us. But luckily, my higher self has shown me the script of all this. And that's what I mean about the underbelly. Everywhere that is chaotic, which is pretty much all over the world, it's in order to show the underbelly of what kind of system, as being a hostage, we truly were within this prison planet, unbeknownst to us. It is the Great Awakening, the rise of the Phoenix, going into the golden era, leaving the silver one behind. So there is that. And although, you know, like it's not pleasant to live through, I would like to bring onto that subject that, you know what, it's actually a gift, because if we are all here alive and twitching during this great ascension, it's because we've made it. We've made that red ribbon after a race, right? It's like from now on, it's exposure and cleaning up the old system. That's going to take a long time, right? But it's all going uphill. You know, we're branching away from that third density, because right now we're in the fourth density, walking into the fifth. So, okay, that was a lot of babble for the intro, but first a little bit of coffee. Cheers to you, the world, as we love you. And yeah, I should do a little bit of feel good as well. Now that little singing reminded me. To you, my family of the world, a little bit of feel good. Oh, yes, we love to feel good. To you, the world, as we love you. Yay! All right, so let's go. I'm going to use my gold and black deck today. And we're going to go tap into I think it's Miss, or I might be wrong, but ACF. ACF's question. I got my password wrong. All right, so the question is, so yeah, you want to know if it's going to improve, but the topics I want to hit right now, before that is, okay, so there's something amiss with your government. It says to be right, but it's acting like the old government on the left. So your whole country is facing a huge influx of immigrants, raising a lot of social unrest and insecurity. Okay, got it. Well, all governments are pretending something right now. I don't think that any of them actually still hold. I think it's keeping up illusion, delusion, smoke and mirrors for that underbelly to rise. And then people see actually, aha, that's what they wanted to do to us, right? So everything is like bombarded right now in this volcano eruption. So we can actually see what they originally, the evil ones, had planned for us, right? I think it's all part of the same thing. But regardless, so higher self, oversoul, and universe, please tell me everything I need to see. Everything I need to know in regard to ACF's question, in regards to their homeland of Portugal. So I want to see everything in regards to the government. Truth disclosure is coming out. Okay, that's an alpha card, a grant of the universe about justice. There's a wreath, a crown on that sword. So information is right now like coming out. Or, because we're talking about the first card, the past. So a lot of truth are coming out. So in regards to Portugal, so I want to see everything around the government. How does it stand? Where is it really? And I want to know about also this influx of immigrants at the open border. And we want to know finally, like, will it get restored, Portugal? So I already feel it's a yes for the last question of restoration, because you, along all of us, is going to get restored. Again, the red wave. Because again, I say again a lot, but it's because, again, I feel that Trump is something more than a president. Seeing that I got that one, I just flipped around. The other alpha, the ace of wands, very fiery, is more than just a president. I see him as general-in-chief of the military, so it's something that's bigger, you know, and it doesn't have to do just with the US of A. Fix that first, then the wave goes, you know. We're going to close the borders for immigrants, but that kind of border is going to be open for that red tsunami to follow, like a flood. Those are the images that I'm getting from my higher self. So, all right, let's wrap this up. Tell me everything I need to see, everything I need to know in regards to Portugal and its future. Let's cut, let's rock and roll. What do we have first? So, okay, we had the Ace of Swords that flew out. Now we got the Justice card, okay? So it's very karmic, justice. And it's about, you know, truth, justice with the Ace of Swords. But that could be like justice be bestowed. It could be like the legal system, things of that nature. And then we got, so it's been a long time in the making, okay? So there is justice already planned for Portugal, okay? And it's been planned for such a long time to bring that justice, because this military card, you know, could change his mind, be a little wishy-washy. But on another note is he's quite calculated with his emotions. Like, he doesn't move as fast as the Knight of Swords, as the Knight of Wands. Him and the Knight of Cups and the Knight of Pentacles is a slower kind of movement. So what I can say here is that justice has been planned for a long time for Portugal, but through the truth disclosure, and the justice system. The military had to change their minds in the past, okay? So that's where the wishy-washy comes in. We have an idea, but we're not too sure of it. We got to see how things pan out around the subject. So in the now moment, we do have, because everything is very confusing, illusion, delusion, smoke and mirrors, leaving all of you guys highly perplexed at what you were seeing, right? Like you said in your comment, like, the government is pretending to be right, but it's following the old government's left standards. It's a very confusing, and with these open borders, because see, all these cups can tackle a different subject as well. Open borders, fake government, like things, like it's a variety of confusing elements at the heartbeat. So we do have, okay, so Gaia, the Queen of Pentacles, financial system, grounded to all of the earthly elements, very motherly, very loving, and very caring. That's your heartbeat right now. So already I wouldn't lose myself in the insecurities or the unrest because things seem to be shaping up here. Moving on, yes, because that old system has wrapped itself up with the World card. That means that a lifespan has lived itself out, a chapter has been read, an experience lived out. Okay, so whatever like chaos you're seeing that makes you insecure is shortly coming to an end. Because right now we are here. So there's something about the financial system, and then after we go here. So you're on the cusp of all that chaos being like a gone thing, okay? And also the world. Now, what did I say about Trump and the USA? Travels the world. So there's a few meanings here. But here it's like you are loved, okay? Gaia is loving you, she's very birthday. But there is that restored gold back system coming in. All right, so I'm loving this absolutely. And for your future, we have, okay, so looking up, okay, so after the world, this could be seen as like a rebirth or a new experience, high hopes, very passionate with the wand, but looking uphill, it's very positive, new beginnings. And again, with the fire element of the wand, you can have a lot of passion in this new beginning. It moves quite fast, although it is a page. But I got the page here just to go to follow like the earth, the world card. That's something that wrapped itself up, and then you have a rebirth here. So moving on, we do have, because yeah, all that chaos, that grueling stress that you guys have been going uphill with all these wands on your shoulders, tens are endings, you're ready to drop them and they roll downhill. And that's right under the Queen of Pentacles. Last, ninth, and final card is, okay, so, this could be about keeping to thyself, feeling safe or unsafe. There's someone out of my window. Oh, it's to read my meter for electricity. So, okay, back in action. So in the ninth and final card, so keep to thyself in a time where you might feel insecure or secure. But this one follows something grueling has come to an end. You got high hopes, new beginnings as the grueling is over. So you are safe. No need to fret. That's how I'm going to take that one, the Four of Pentacles. In your clarifying spread, you do have the Queen of Wands. So she's the Witch of the Tarot. She's my favorite queen. She's a very independent, self-made sovereign. This is why her legs are spread eagle. Because at the time of this drawing, there's no way someone made a drawing of a woman with legs like this. They'd be crossed. This is not womanly. And in that sense, it means because at the time, a woman cannot take charge. It was like male dominated. So with this as a clarifying, there's a lot of passion, a lot of intuition. She's very magical. She's connected to the ether, and she's self-made sovereign and could be very creative as well. At the heartbeat of those, you got a second 10. So that's a double whammy of all that grueling shit has come to an end. This is a surrendering card. Surrendering to all mental stress elements, all informational stress that is bombarded at you, perhaps by the booba tube, tell a lie by a vision, things of that nature. But needless to say, that stress is ending. And your last one is a sense of generosity be bestowed. So, you know, I do have my pentacles here, so I got the financial system mixed in this as well. So let's go for a golden major arcana, ACF, on Portugal. Higher self, oversoul, and universe, please give me a last card, a look-see-poo, to Portugal and the great outcome in one card. It seems I want two, so what do I have here? Yes, you got the death of the old, and you're going into healing now. Death and the temperance. So the death is, you're not going to die, Portugal's not going to die, but the Grim Reaper is coming in. You got the white rose, and then the sun rising. Death of rebirth. Something has lived itself out in order to have what? A new beginning. And then when the rebirth comes, what is it? It's all about healing, rebalancing. So again, you know, like when I said in my intro, the cleanup is going to take a long time. Yeah, because that's not like everything's healed, everything's clean, and we're ready to just be like, you know, how we envision the new earth and the new world. There is some cleaning, so it's slow moving, but no less going uphill with the healing, okay? And follows very well with where we're going right now with the golden arrow. So in clarifying, let's go over this one more time. So in regards to all these subject about Portugal, so there's a lot of truth, but there's a lot of justice and a lot of truth and justice coming out, okay? In regards to your question, but this one is like things are working to be true. Because I'm French, so sometimes I get mixed up with how I want to say my word. Okay, let's just leave it at truth and justice, because we got the whole justice system here, and this is very karmic. So this is the past, the first row. So a lot of truth around the justice system and justice be bestowed. And they've been very, because there's a good military here, but slow moving. And it feels like they take maybe one step forward, two steps back with the battle between good and evil. So they were a little fickle on how to proceed. So they might have, the good guys, a good military alliance, mixed with boots on the ground, which is the white hats. You know, in your area, you know, it was kind of a dance, right? Where, okay, we're planning to do this for the good, but then the dark side came in. You had to retract, right? The art of war. But it's all about truth and the justice system. Right now, Portugal is highly complex, but it talks the confusion about a lot of illusions and delusions. It doesn't make them fact. Okay, it just seems keeping you afraid in that fear-mongering, right? But there's a lot of topics in Portugal, and there always seems to be changing, right? Like what you think this one is suddenly turns to that and vice versa. But right now at your heart's beat, you got the Queen of Pentacles. So again, she's very nurturing. She talks about the gold coin is the financial system. There's a whole revision about finances worldwide, and your old world, your old system has lived itself full circle in order to have a rebirth, a new beginning. This one's with high passion, okay, looking uphill. You got the energy all of a sudden because all that grueling shit has come to an end with a 10. And don't fret, you are safe. Clarifying, I do have my second queen, so the Queen of Wands. So again, she's very independent. She's tapped into the elements. She is the mystic of the tarot. And she's very creative. I absolutely love this queen because that stress element has come to an end. Tens are ending. So that's a surrender to that. And then a generosity is going to come to you, Portugal, your people, right? This is a rebalancing about some kind of finances. And in the golden, instead of one, I had two that wanted to come out, which explains perfectly well everything I just read. Death of the old for rebirth of the new. And in the new, we're going to cleanse, rebalance, heal. So there you go, ACF. I hope you enjoyed my video. And again, you know, it's just riding the wave right now. And Although, yes, there'd be a lot of immigrants, like here in Canada, like all this is going to flip flop around, right? A lot of these things were given permission in order to show again that underbelly of what system we were under, that old system we left, which was a silver era. So it has to be, and even though there's crime and all that, like we got to think of a bigger picture, right? The volcano is erupting, so yes, there's going to be casualties, but every time I do any kind of reading that is of the world stage, I'm always put into the same outcome. And the underdeck of the gold is the flip-flop. Everything flip-flops in our fortune. Who is us? Well, it is Gaia's babies, humanity, humans. Those who are sentient beings. It flip-flops. Demonics at the bottom, angelics at the top. So there you go. It's very positive. So my word of advice is don't let yourself get too consumed on what you can see in news or however information comes to you about those who want to govern your mind, because they're on the way out. I feel they're already on the way out, but a lot of it is like shown so that we never repeat. We have to do the dark night of the soul of any kind of severe topic in order to cleanse that out and advance, because we can't move on with all that repent hidden trauma. It's just going to repeat itself. Eventually the truth always comes out, and it's worldwide. So maybe knowing, because sometimes we feel comfort when it's not just me, right? So it's everywhere, but for the great outcome, the Wheel of Fortune. So there you go, guys. I hope you like my little video. I am Richard, and I wish you an amazing day. Be good, be kind to yourself, and I'll catch you all on the next read. Rock and roll. Cheers. I love you. Mwah, mwah, mwah.